Hello, hi there, it's Jason from the Meta Rush and welcome back. Today, we're going to look at IMSO Chris's and his team's work, as if you are a Wave 1 holder, have now been given access to be able to link up your bitmap to Bitmap Valley. And I'm also aware that the Wave 2 holders will soon be able to also claim their bitmaps under Chris's and his team's project within Bitmap Valley. So we basically can do a little walkthrough of how to claim the bitmap that you hold and see what Bitmap Valley has created for our bitmap. So let's rush into it. Okay, so here we are, and perhaps the most important step, as I made a rookie mistake initially, and I was trying to access my bitmap through essentially the development website that you can find on IMSO's website. Now, to be able to access your own bitmap, you need to head over to play.bitmapvalley.com/bitmap/block number. If you type that in, you'll be given what you can see on the screen. And now what this allows is for us as Bitmap Valley holders to be able to enter our bitmap number and essentially connect. So in this case, I'm going to enter my bitmap number, which is 363808. And then I'm just going to hit the check button, which says it is on our whitelist, as you saw that little message just pop up, so that's great. Then connect with your wallet. Go through all the required permissions, like approve, sign. Then select one of your avatars, and in this case I'm going to go with Julio. Got my details, and then I'm going to hit start. Here we go, exciting. So you get a little instruction manual here essentially. So WASD to move, mouse wheel or two fingers for zoom in and out, spacebar to jump, hold left shift to run, hit escape to access mouse and keyboard to play games, enter vehicles or interact with YouTube, etc. Use icons on the bottom right to connect video, voice or choose emotes. Use number keys to perform dances. I'm just going to move my little head out of the way here. I'll just probably just about there, hopefully should be okay. So you can see here that you've got a few buttons, which is what the instructions are telling us to do. And it says here, take ownership to make changes. Okay, so if I hit OK first here, then if I hit claim, congrats, you own this bitmap. There we go. So I've now claimed my bitmap, and for the first time, we're going to have a look to see what my bitmap looks like, I guess. So let's have a little wander around. Wow, look at this. Wow, look at these skyscrapers. Look at it. This is incredible. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. In fact, you even got sort of like mountains in the background there. It's already like connected to some sort of world. Look at this. Almost like a skyscraper with windows on it. This is incredible. I'm loving all the different patterns and designs that have just, you know, naturally been created in my bitmap. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. Got a circular cylinder type building. Oh, it's brilliant. You've got a background there. It really sort of makes it like it's in a world. Look at that. Look at that. It just keeps on going. That pink one. Wow. Look at this. Look at these designs. It's fantastic, isn't it? And like I say, so I haven't started developing anything, haven't started building anything on it, but as a start, this is absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm just so thrilled by the fact that we've got so many different sort of like textures almost, and different colors and patterns and different forms within this bitmap already. And what's probably worth noting is that what I have isn't just a world that I can't do nothing with. So if you can see, I'm just almost selecting one of the buildings that you can see on the screen. So if I just left click on it, you can see already that I can actually potentially turn some of these into a different type of sort of outlet. So look, I can have a market, I can have an arcade or a ballroom. I can also change the textures of the buildings, which is really cool. And I can also change the colors as well. So I'm able to play around with it myself. One thing that I think is really cool, again, you've got like the sky in there as well. So it really sort of contextualizes the bitmap that you're in. I mean, perhaps what would be really cool one day, and I don't know if this is something Chris and his team are looking at doing, but it would be incredible one day if, I guess, you could see like the other bitmap sort of further down the road as your neighbour. But not sure if that's the plan. I do like that it's got a sky that you can really sort of contextualize the bitmap, so it just gives it that sense of, you know, reality, I guess, that your bitmap is sitting within. What's pretty cool as well is that if I click on this little sort of beaker flask thing here, you can actually change the different textures of the ground as well, which is pretty cool. You can also set it to day or night, and also you can change it to based on user device clock. So every time you come in, you are essentially within, I guess, what your time zone is. So if it's daytime where you are, it's daytime. So yeah, you can see you got like a nice nightly starry sky there, which is pretty cool. It's probably worth just remembering that if you hit numbers 1 to 0 on your keyboard, you get all these different dance gestures as well, which is pretty awesome. So, you know, you can you can have your little character or your little avatar partying in your own little bitmap, which is brilliant. So I'm just literally pressing through so you can just see all the different gestures that they do. I mean, that is really cool. So that's that's through to, then we've got 9 and 0. Whee. And you've also got like the waving. So if you can probably see in the bottom right hand corner here, you just hit that, you do the little wave as well that your avatar can do. So that's with one of the buttons you've got there. One thing which is also worth noting is that if you hit the C key, it brings up this little phone in the right hand corner, which is pretty cool. So you can essentially have like your sort of own mobile device, I guess, to hand to like access your wallet and access certain things, someone calling you once you're immersed in this world, which is pretty neat. So I hope you've enjoyed exploring in a very quick snapshot my Bitmap Valley, which essentially has been organically created by IMSO Chris's team. And you can see that I've been given the tools, and it is one of the very first projects that allows me to build exactly how I wish to build on my bitmap. You can see that I've got a selection of tools there that allow me to adapt and customize what I've got. I'm going to be able to open up some of these buildings into, if it's an arcade or a ballroom, as well as some other potential spaces that Chris and his team are developing for us, which is really interesting. And what I find really fascinating with this is that actually I now have a bitmap that has been fully unlocked and fully usable, that I will be able to then invite people to come and explore my bitmap, explore my world in a totally different 3D perspective. Whereas at the moment, obviously, we're only used to looking at our bitmaps under a 2D image, which you can find on Ordinal's Wallet or Magic Eden or Bitfeed. And in this case, you can just see that these two-dimensional images that we've just become so accustomed to, that they are essentially just like looking at a plan or a bird's eye view of something. And now we've been able to enter it, and you can just see what organically this Bitcoin block can look like, and how we can interact with it, and how we can create worlds with it. That is what I find really fascinating with Bitmap. That's what I find fascinating with what Chris and his team have created here at IMSO. It's just incredible, to be honest. And this is so early on. Just to think that only a few months ago, we were just inscribing these bitmaps. A few months later, look where we are. We are here in one of the bitmaps, exploring it, adding textures, adding different shapes and different forms, and a world, a valley, whatever you want to call it, has been created for us to explore. And this is only one world. There are so many different worlds like this that will have its own unique characteristics that we're able to enjoy and roam and explore to see what these bitmaps hold. This, like I say, is the early days of Bitmap. Fast forward in a year's time, fast forward in 5 years' time, let alone in a decade's time. What will this become? It's really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that journey. I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops over time. I'm definitely going to be playing around with my bitmap and doing different textures and adding vehicles and all sorts to be able to explore it in a different way. But hopefully you got the idea of how to, if you are a Bitmap Valley holder and you're yet waiting to be able to claim yours, hopefully this gives you a little quick walkthrough. And don't forget, Chris has also on his YouTube channel, you can access it through his Twitter page as well, that it shows you the step by step. But if you wanted to also use this as a sort of a parallel video to Chris's videos, please feel free to do so. But like I say, your first bet is to watch Chris's videos as it takes you through the walkthrough of how to claim it and follow that process. Just remember, don't do the mistake I done, which delayed me from issuing this video, which was go to the right site and you'll be able to get your whitelist number, enter that in, or your block number should I say, and then you can access the world like I have been able to today. So thanks very much for watching, and until next time. And before you go, I just wanted to remind you that the MetaRush channel created the first Bitmap merch store, which you can find at mybitmap.com. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment, and until next time.